single phase semiconductor with R and RL load. Okay, so yeah, single phase semiconductor. So how to design the single phase semiconductor by using MATLAB Simulink. Okay, so we have to consider it now here. So how to design this single phase semiconductor by using MATLAB Simulink. By using MATLAB Simulink, so we have to simulate. So we will get the different types of outputs across the load. The output voltage can be controlled by using this Simulink. Okay, so we can easily get the output waveforms by designing this single phase by using single phase semiconductor in MATLAB. Okay, so then simple. So it required only MATLAB software. By using MATLAB software only, so we have to design this single phase semiconductor. Okay, so single phase semiconductor is a half controlled bridge rectifier. It's also called as a half controlled bridge rectifier. That is called semi converter. This is also known as half controlled bridge rectifier and semi converter. So many applications require operation only in the past two voltage. Okay, so yeah, so in semiconductor now bridge controller rectifier, the output voltage is always positive. Okay, output voltage always positive means it's applicable for only motoring applications. Many applications require operation only with positive voltage means it applicable for only motoring applications, not for generating applications, only for motor. Single phase semiconductor output voltage currents are always positive. Okay, so better to connect to uncontrolled diodes into certain parts of the circuit. So there are different types. Semiconductor can be classified into two types: symmetrical and unsymmetrical. Okay, so there are diodes and thyristors also there. By using diodes and thyristors, we have to design these circuits. Okay, by using diodes and by using thyristors, we have to design single phase semiconductor. Okay, so possible to provide a continuous control of the mean DC terminal voltage from the maximum to actually zero. So yeah, so here next reversal of mean voltage is not possible. So you'll never get negative voltage in the semiconductor, only positive voltage. But in a single phase full converter, you will get negative voltage. So that means single phase full converter is suitable for generating application also, motor and generator, because the voltage is negative. But in a semiconductor, voltage is positive only. Okay, so these are the different single phase semiconductors configurations. Okay, symmetrical configuration and asymmetrical configuration. This is one of the experiment in our electrical simulation lab. So last experiment that is called 20th experiment that is called symmetrical configuration. Okay, and this asymmetrical configuration. So these are the two different types of configurations for resistive load. Okay, R load. For R load, these are the two configurations here. Thyristor T1 and T1. Okay, in one pole, this single pole, thyristor T1 and T2 are connected like this. But in here, two thyristors are connected in single pole. So that's why it is called as a asymmetrical configuration. So T1, D1 like this, T2, D2. Here, T1, T2, thyristors are connected like this. The diodes are connected like this. And the thyristors are connected like this in single pole, and diodes are connected in single pole like this. So that's why this is called symmetrical configuration, and this is called asymmetrical configuration. In these two configuration, this output voltage is constant. It is not changing. Output voltage waveforms is constant. Okay, even though if we are connecting these two devices are connected like this manner, so we will get the output voltage same. Here output voltage and here output voltage both are same, but only changes in the configuration. This is called symmetrical configuration and asymmetrical configuration. Okay, so this is called input voltage, AC input voltage. AC input voltage, line and neutral. This line is called phase here. This is called neutral. This phase is connected to in this pole here, and the neutral is connected to here. Okay, and these also line, neutral, single phase is supply. This called line means phase, and single phase is supply, phase and neutral. So phase is connected here and the neutral is connected here, and the load is connected like this. Okay, and here the one it's required that pulse generator also. So when we are giving the triggering pulse, then only the thyristor is turned on. Understood? If you are giving the triggering pulse, that is called alpha, firing angle. Okay, If the triggering pulse is given to the thyristor T1, then only it will be turned on. Okay, before giving the triggering pulse is just forward biased. But diode is a uncontrolled device, thyristor is a controlled device. When we are giving the triggering pulse, then only that thyristor will be turned on. Even though if it is forward biased, okay, when we are giving the triggering pulse, then only it will be turned on. Thyristors, that is a controlled device. But diode uncontrolled device, triggering is not required. When it is forward biased, it will be turned on automatically. But thyristor is not turned on without giving the triggering pulse. So we have to give the triggering pulse externally by using pulse generator to the thyristor T1 and thyristor T2. Then only the two thyristors are turned on. Otherwise, it's not turned on. So it's controlled devices. This these thyristors are controlled devices, and the diodes are uncontrolled devices. When positive voltage appear here, okay, the positive side of the diode, then it will be forward bias and it will be turned on. But in thyristor, we have to give the triggering pulse externally, okay, by using pulse generator in MATLAB Simulink. Okay, so this is called input voltage here and here input voltage. These are the two different types of configurations. Okay, so in this, I would like to execute so by using MATLAB Simulink, but this configuration, symmetrical configuration. Okay, in practice, unsymmetrical configuration. Okay, so this is the procedure for to design the Simulink, single phase semi converter. First, start the MATLAB software and go to Simulink. Okay, so when Simulink option is there, go to Simulink. After that, from library files, select files. Okay, files, select required components. From the library, you will get different types of components. Here, what components are required? Thyristor and diodes and load, understood? And also input voltage. And to get to observe the waveforms, we need some scope output to observe the waveform across the load. So we need one scope. So connect the scope across the resistor, you will get the output waveform. And if you are connecting the scope, okay, here at thyristor, you will get the output waveform across the thyristor. Okay, by using scope, so we have to get the voltage, output voltage and current, output voltages by using scope. And by using voltage measurement and by using current measurement, we will get voltage and current. Understood? So select the from the library files, select required components and place them in the new project window. Okay, assign them desired values of firing angles. So for firing angle, alpha is equal to 60 degrees, 30 degrees. So how to give this firing angles means by using triggering pulse. By using pulse generator, we have to give the pulses to the thyristors. So that will be in triggering pulse. You can easily understand when I'm executing one experiment. Okay, connect the pins properly, same as a space pass. Connect the circuit pins properly for the given circuit diagram, and give the necessary supply to the supply voltage. That is called supply AC supply voltage. Okay, and note the values of supply to get the proper output, and connect the scope output. By using scope, you have to get the waveforms. Okay, and run the simulation, observe the waveforms in the scope. Okay, so in this way, we have to execute this. Press Simulink, this Simulink icon. After open MATLAB, so press Simulink. Okay, so after opening the MATLAB Simulink, so you will get like this window. Okay, and then blank model. So press this blank model, create model. Okay, so this new window will appear like this. Okay, this is called a new window. So in this sheet, we have to draw the circuit. In this sheet, we have to draw the circuit. So from the library, so this is called library browser. From this library, you have to select the components. That is called thyristor, diodes, loads, source, scope. So these are the different types of components we will get from the library. So press library, so we'll get like this. So I need here source, AC voltage source. Enter in this, okay, in the library search bar. So enter AC voltage source, you will get sources like this. And these are the different types of sources. Okay, so from this select AC voltage source. AC voltage source. So currently there are the different types of so sources are there. Okay, from this select this called pulse voltage source, this called voltage source, and this is called a pulse current source. So we need a AC voltage source. Understood? So AC voltage source. So press right click on this AC voltage source and add block to the model untitled. So press right click button and then place is here. So we'll get this like this. Okay, this is called AC voltage source. So enlarge like this. This is called AC voltage source, and then so we require power electronics. From this power electronics, select thyristors. This is called thyristors. Na? So press right click and add block into the model. So like this, it will be placed on like this. And at the same way, diodes. Okay, how many thyristors are required? Two thyristors. Na? I am again adding two thyristors and two diodes. So like this. After this, so we need pulse generators also. Okay, enter here pulse generator, PULS pulse generator, and then you will get so like this pulse generator. So take this pulse generator to give the triggering pulse to the thyristors. So press right click and add block to model untitled. So pulse generator is over, and I need required two thyristors. Na? Two thyristors are there. That's why so required two pulse generators. So that's why I'm taking two pulse generators, and then and also to run this all devices it required then one of the that is called power guy. Okay, to run this all so devices to run and required this called power guy, and send power guy and place. So press right click and select power guy for all experiments for all designs. So not only this, every experiment take this power guy to run this all this, and also we need required voltage measurement also. Okay, this voltage measurement, that means to find the voltage across the resistive load or RL load, we need one voltmeter. Na? So that can be measured by using voltage measurements. So add block into model. So voltage measurement is over, and then to observe the waveforms, we need required some scope. So right here scope, and from this library and search here, and then so scope. So this is the scope, and press right click and add block into untitled. So we'll get added like this. Okay, and finally series resistance. Okay, RLC branch. Na? RLC branch. Take RLC branch and also series RLC branch. Series RLC branch, and also press here add a series RLC branch. So like this, all elements or components are taken from the library. So separate like this. So this is called series RLC branch, and this is a voltage measurement, and this is called power guy continuous. To run this components require some power. That's why so we need power guy, and that's called pulse generator. So this is called pulse generator 1 and pulse generator 2. So because of two thyristors, okay, two thyristors means two pulse generators are required. So that's why I'm choosing two pulse generator, taken choose pulse generators. Okay, so this is called thyristors, two thyristors. In this this is called two diodes, two thyristors. This is called AC supply voltage, and this is called thyristor 1 diode. So the diode, and so here thyristor is having gate and the diode is not having gate. Okay, thyristors. So I'm rotating thyristors like this. I'm adjusting thyristors. After that, so select this component and controller, enter controller, and it will be rotated like this. And if you want to see observe, so enlarge like this. And then also I'm controller rotate. I'm rotating this components like this. This is a thyristors, because of this is called gate. Okay, control devices, but diodes are not. There is no gate terminal in diodes. It's uncontrolled device. No? So that is the difference between thyristors and. So here also I'm rotating like this by pressing Control R in keyboard. So it will be rotated like this. This is called voltage measurement. This voltage measurement is to measure voltage input voltage. This voltage can be measured by using this voltmeter. Okay, so this is called a thyristor T1, detailed thyristors T1. I'm writing in T1 plus T1. This is called thyristor T1, and this is thyristor T2. T2. So like this, I'm changing the name. This is called diode D1. D1. Okay, this is called diode D2. Diode D2. So like this is called scope. So to get the waveform, so it's need required scope. This is called pulse generator. Okay, this is called pulse generator. By so pulse generator, we have to give the triggering pulse to the pulse generator. Okay, and then so this series RLC. So I need only resistor. Okay, by pressing double click on this series RLC band, so only resistor will be appear like this, and then apply, and then okay, and then control R. Okay, so after arranging this all elements, okay, this is the circuit diagram. T1 D1, T2 D2. So I change like this. Instead of D2, this is called D2. I'm changing the names like this, D1. Okay, so connect this to these components. So you will get by placing this cursor into the device component, that you will get plus. So like this. So connect like these components. Okay, so similarly here also, I'm connecting this components like this, and here like this manner. Okay, and this connect to this cross this thyristors and this. So like this connection is over, and this connection and this connection is over. And then we have to connect the input versus supply phase to here and in neutral to here. Okay, phase to here. So this phase terminal I'm connected here, and in neutral to. So like this connected, and then connect. So if you want to measure the voltage, input voltage, by using voltage measurement. So this I'm changing this. So like this input voltage. Input voltage. Input voltage. Okay, and here the thyristor T1, thyristor T2, diode D1, diode D2, and this is called load. I'm changing the names like this. Load resistor. Load R. So like this, I'm changing. This is called pulse triggering generator. Pulse generator. Pulse generator G1. G1. I'm changing the name like this. Pulse generator G1, and then this is called pulse generator G2. I'm changing like this. This is the pulse generator. These are the two different types of pulse generator. And this is called voltmeter. Input voltage is measured by using voltmeter. So just like voltmeter, connect like this. So we'll get the input voltage. Okay. So AC voltage source. AC voltage source VAC. Like this. So the voltmeter is connected. That's just like a voltmeter, connect parallel to the this device. Okay. And then resistor. And then, so if you want to observe the waveforms by using scope. So in scope having only input port 1. So for example, if you want to observe the voltage across the load, so we need one voltage measurement. Okay, just copy this and icon and then paste here equipment component, and then connect one voltmeter. So like this, and connect the scope like this. So we'll get the input voltage. Okay, so this is one port. Okay, so if you want to change the ports, for example, if you want to measure the waveform across this input voltage and also the pulse speed G1, G2. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 input ports required. Na? So press right click on this scope and then signal ports and a number of ports. So change like this. So 4. I'm entering just 4, and then you will get so different types of pins. Okay, so connect one port here. Okay, so input is connected to the 1 point. Okay, and then also connect this triggering pulse to the gate. So there is the T1 triggering pulse gate. G is called gate, and this called another triggering pulse G2. Okay, like this we are connecting the triggering pulse. We are giving the triggering pulse to this, and also connect to the scope. So here last one is called output voltage, and then this is called G1. I am connecting pulse generator G1, and then I'm connecting to the pulse generator. So like this, so each and every one is adjusted, and then so by pressing the right click on this 2 times, so how much resistance? For example, 100 ohms. I'm taking 100 ohms resistance like this. Arrange the values, and this is called input voltage by pressing 2 times. So for example, I am taking 120 volts. Our Indian standard frequency 50 Hz. That's why. So 50 Hz and apply and change voltage and apply and then okay. So this is the triggering pulse. This way we have to get the this way we'll give the triggering pulse. I mean input voltage, and then also how to give the triggering pulse to the thyristor T1. Thyristor T1 is triggered at for example firing angle alpha. For example, so here. So this is the, for example, this is the input voltage. So this is omega T. Okay, this is called VAC. So 0. Okay, this is called 180 degrees. Understood? Here, this is called 360 degrees. For example, alpha is equal to 60 degrees. Okay, so well, time period T is equal to 1 by F. That is equal to time period T is equal to 1 by F. That is equal to 1 by 50 Hz. No? Okay, that means 20 milliseconds. Otherwise, 0.02 seconds. So like this is the input voltage. Okay, that means for complete time period, this is called T. Okay, that means 360 degrees is equal to 0.02 seconds. I'm converting degrees into seconds. Then for firing angle 60 degrees, what is the time? For example, T60. Then T60 is equal to how much? 0.02 into 60 divided by 360. We'll get 0.003 seconds like this. Am I right? This is the time period for 60 degrees. So check it is correct. 0.02 into 60. 0.02 into 60 divided by 360. 0.003. That's right. It's so like this. Thyristor T1 is triggered at 60 degrees. This is called thyristor T1. This is called alpha. And then thyristor T2 is triggered at alpha plus 180. Na? Thyristor T2. This is at T1. Thyristor T1 is triggered at alpha is equal 60. And thyristor T2 is triggered at 180 plus alpha. Okay. For this here, T2 is triggered at 180 plus alpha. That means 240. 240 plus 180 plus 60. That is called 240. For thyristor T2, what is the time period? T2. That is equal to 0.02 into 240 divided by 360. Na? So that means 0.0133 seconds. Like this, these are the two different types of triggering angles of the thyristors. So then So enter into this triggering. So yeah, amplitude I'm checking, and time amplitude. So let us 5. Time period is called 0.6 seconds now. So 0.02 seconds. And the pulse width, let us assume 10%. And then phase delay. Phase delay, how much here? Phase delay 0.0033 seconds. Phase delay. So 0.0033. So that means 60 degrees. Primary angle 60. Apply and okay. And then similar way. So amplitude same 5. And period, time period 0.02 seconds. And the pulse width 10. And the phase delay, how much here? 0.0133 seconds. 0.0133. Yeah, enter 0.0133 seconds. Apply and then okay. So like this, all triggering pulse is adjusted and input voltage adjusted. This is called voltage measurement, and this is called diodes. And diodes not required to give the triggering pulse. Like this, all elements are connected. This is called single phase semiconductor with symmetrical configuration. Okay, so circuit is connected. After that, save. So enter. So let us semiconductor. Semiconductor, save like this. Okay. So after saving this press run button. Run now. So completed run, and then enter scope. So this waveforms is open like this. Scope is open like this. So here the input ports are 1, 2, 3, 4. Na? So that means we need 4 blocks. So that's why press here and then press here, and then we need required 4 blocks. So when you are entering like this, you'll get like this. Okay. So this output waveforms are open like this, and then how to adjust the waveforms means press like this. Okay, horizontally is open like this, and then press here. So this is the supply voltage. So here this icon plus last one. So legend, show legend. So press legend, then to open. So indicator like this. Input voltage. This called input voltage. This called pulse generated G1. This called pulse generated G2, and input voltage. This called output voltage across the load. Okay, according to the or circuit diagram only. So this, if you are changing this into output voltage, I'm changing output voltage. Okay, and then again press run and press scope. Open like this output voltage and pulse generated G1, and then just like this you will get this waveforms. So this is called our supply voltage. Okay, so the thyristor T1 is triggered at 60 degrees, means in this thyristor T2 is triggered at 240 degrees, means 0.013 seconds. This is called 0.003 seconds. Na? So thyristor, according to the triggering pulse, this output voltage you will get. So output voltage is always positive in this way. So you have to execute this this device and come single phase semiconductor. Okay, so in this way, so the output voltage of the semiconductor can be observed.